Europe has done the right thing.
They have accepted the offer of Trump to negotiate instead of retaliate. So they proposed a deal.
0 for 0 tariffs on industrial goods. That's right, no tariffs.
No barriers. A clean slate offer to the United States. At a time when Trump is slapping tariffs on everything from steel to semiconductors, Brussels is trying a different strategy. Diplomacy through trade. But don't be fooled. This isn't weakness. It's a power move. And today, we'll break down why.
Let's dive into the EU's latest offer, the response from Washington, and why this deal could either defuse a trade war or trigger a bigger one.
Chapter 1. What von der Leyen just said. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen made it official. We stand ready to negotiate with the United States. We have offered 0 for 0 tariffs for industrial goods, as we have successfully done with many other trading partners. Europe is always ready for a good deal.
So we keep it on the table.
In other words, drop your tariffs and we'll drop ours. A bold move, and one clearly aimed at Trump's tariff surge. But von der Leyen added a warning. We are also prepared to respond through countermeasures and defend our interests. This isn't a surrender.
It's a chess move.
Chapter 2. The Trump Tariff Offensive. Let's rewind. Trump has recently announced 10% global tariffs on most imports, 20% targeted tariffs on European Union goods, 24% tariffs on Japanese cars. We're not going to let the world rip off American workers anymore.
The tariffs are part of a broader strategy to reset trade balances and reindustrialize America.
And Europe? They're caught in the crossfire. Germany, France, and Italy depend heavily on exports, especially industrial goods like
machinery, automobiles,
medical devices, aerospace components. Trump's tariffs hit them where it hurts. That's why von der Leyen is offering a deal. Chapter 3. What does 0 for 0 actually mean?
0 for 0 means exactly what it sounds like.
No tariffs on U.S. industrial exports to the EU.
No tariffs on EU industrial exports to the U.S. It would eliminate billions in duties,
unlock massive trade flows, stabilize transatlantic supply chains. For manufacturers, it's a dream. For consumers, it could lower prices.
For governments,
it's a gamble, because free trade always comes with winners and losers. Chapter 4. The strategy behind the offer. This isn't just generosity.
It's strategy.
By offering 0 tariffs, the EU looks reasonable and pro-growth. It puts public pressure on the U.S. to negotiate. It divides American industries. Exporters love the deal, protectionists hate it. It's a classic European move, diplomacy through trade. And it paints Trump as the one holding up a potential win-win.
Smart,
subtle, strategic. Now Chapter 5. Will the U.S. take the deal? That's the trillion-dollar question. There are 2 factions inside the U.S. on this issue. America First nationalists, who say tariffs are non-negotiable until trade balances are fixed. Free market Republicans and exporters, who want the deal yesterday. Trump's inner circle is reportedly divided. Robert Lighthizer, skeptical. Elon Musk, U.S. Steel, and Boeing execs, enthusiastic. The decision may come down to one thing: leverage. Does the EU have enough to make Trump blink? Or will Trump hold the line, betting the EU will cave first? Chapter 6. What happens if the deal fails?
Von der Leyen was clear.
We are prepared to respond through countermeasures. Translation. If the U.S. rejects the deal, Europe will retaliate. That could mean tariffs on U.S. tech companies, duties on American agricultural exports, legal action at the WTO. The result, a full-blown transatlantic trade war. Stock markets would tank. Consumer goods would spike in price, and alliances would strain. That's why both sides have something to lose and everything to gain. Chapter 7. Who wins in a zero-tariff deal? Let's game it out. Who benefits the most from 0 tariffs on industrial goods?
West winners.
Aerospace, Boeing. Heavy machinery, Caterpillar. Tech manufacturers, Apple, GE.
EU winners.
Automotive, Volkswagen, BMW, Peugeot.
Medical devices, Siemens.
Green energy equipment, Vestas, Schneider.
Biggest losers.
Domestic producers protected by current tariffs. Governments collecting billions in tariff revenue. In short, the private sector wins, the public sector hesitates. Chapter 8. The China Angle. Here's where it gets interesting. If the US and EU cut a zero-tariff deal, it isolates China.
It sends a message.
If you don't play fair, we'll create an exclusive club of high-trust economies. It also undercuts China's Belt and Road influence, strengthens the West's industrial base, creates leverage in tech and AI negotiations. Trump wants to hurt China economically.
This deal could help, if it's used tactically.
Chapter 9. The Timing. Why now? Why is this happening now? 3 reasons. Trump's tariffs are biting, and Europe feels it. Global inflation is rising, and trade deals can lower costs. Elections are looming, and economic wins matter. Both sides want to look strong. Both need a narrative win. A zero-tariff deal could deliver that, if it's spun right. Chapter 10. Final thoughts. The EU's offer is simple, 0 for 0. It's not a surrender. It's a power move, a calculated play too. Stabilize trade, bypass conflict. Pressure the US while looking reasonable. Whether Trump accepts or rejects it, the game is changing. And in geopolitics, the smartest moves are the ones made before the shooting starts. Stay sharp.